There's this interesting story about this woman named Jasmine Johnson Isaac, and she is a surrogate for a couple called the Savants. And the other day, she gave birth to the couple's child. Now, the problem that seems to be arising about this entire thing is that Jasmine is black and the couple is white. So Kelly posted 2 days ago about the coming of her rainbow baby, right? And me, I'm thinking rainbow baby means mixed race baby, right? I've always thought that. And of course, I know what sunshine babies are and miracle babies are, but it wasn't until this specific experience that I really understood the definition of what a rainbow baby is. So a rainbow baby is a baby that is born after you have a miscarriage, like soon after. So Jasmine decided that she wanted to have Kelly's rainbow baby. So for those of you that don't know, I have a Facebook group for single mothers. It's called We Give You Life, and it's for black moms. So I posted this specific post about Jasmine and Kelly inside of the single moms group, and a lot of single mothers was like, oh my god, this is so cute. And I was like, this is so sweet myself. I myself thought this was very sweet to do for someone. But then a lot of other mothers came in upset about this. They were like, oh, this white woman is exploiting this black woman, and this black woman is being a mammy, and this is just so sad, and this is blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, how come black people got to make everything so negative? Like, why does everybody have to have a negative perspective about everything? Let me just state some facts about Jasmine, first of all. Jasmine is not a single woman. A lot of people were thinking, oh, Jasmine is single, she's struggling for some money, she probably has some other kids, she's a single mom, so she's going to this white couple and selling her baby and boo boo boo. This is what they were saying. But Jasmine is a married woman. Her and her husband came to the conclusion to do this together for this couple. And from what I've seen in the history of these two couples is that they're friends. One woman was like, well, the problem with surrogates is that the babies are instantly ripped from the mothers the second that they're born. And I'm like, this is not what's going to happen with Jasmine and Kelly, because Jasmine and Kelly are like included, like they seem to already be some type of blended family. So I don't see Kelly stripping Jasmine away from her child, and it's not even Jasmine's child. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's not even Jasmine's child. It's Kelly and her husband's child. Also, what I don't understand is how this is an example of a black woman exploiting herself or someone exploiting her. Jasmine knew what she was signing up for. Every surrogate mother knows what they are signing up for. You shouldn't be upset with other people exploiting someone that has voluntarily exploited themselves. I think the reason why exploit was even something that was brought into the picture is because it seemed like Kelly was parading around the fact that she had a surrogate. And from what I'm seeing, a lot of people do not tell people that they have surrogates, or even if they do have a surrogate, a lot of people don't know who that surrogate is. Kim and Kanye are an example. Their last child was with a surrogate, and a lot of people have no idea who the surrogate is. We haven't even seen a picture of her. It may be some out there of who she is, but for the most part, we have not seen Kim and Kanye's surrogate. Sometime around Thanksgiving, Kelly posted this on Facebook. She said, being a gestational carrier in Louisiana, it's not easy. It requires attorney, medical clearances, lots of medications, and you cannot be compensated. Jasmine never once wavered or hesitated throughout this entire process. I have never met someone with such a giving and selfless soul like Jasmine. She blesses people on a daily basis and probably doesn't even truly understand the impact she has made on others' lives. When something is on her mind, she will not stop until it's done, all with a smile on her face and with impressive determination and tenacity. So that basically cancels out the comment that this mother made. She said, it's usually the rich exploiting someone who is poor or less well off with the guise of money to rent their wombs. Even a 50K, let's say each month has an average of 30 days with a gestation of exactly 9 months. That's only $185 a day, or less than $8 an hour, to put your life at risk. Now, it's one thing to say, hey, I feel uncomfortable with doing this. I would never feel comfortable with giving my child up after I've, been in labor and carried a baby for 9 months. It's one thing to say that, but it's another to consider a situation like this being an exploitation, because the people involved know exactly what they're doing. They're here for it. And this mother is like, oh, some people don't know when they're being exploited. Not in this specific situation. When you are being put on Facebook and on social media, you know the repercussions of everybody knowing what's going on. At this point, no one should feel exploited on social media when everybody in the world knows what happens when you put stuff on social media. So if Jasmine wanted to keep her privacy, she could have easily said that. Kelly basically gave love to everybody. I'm talking about doctors. She was tagging friends. She basically said, I have been fairly private about my miscarriages and infertility because, well, who wants to hear about sad stuff, right? But I can't post without appreciating my biggest fans and supporters during even our most difficult times. Kelly seems to be a very popular person. Jasmine had to know this beforehand. I believe that this is a friendship that they built before this became a thing. Like, she didn't just pick Jasmine off of the street out of nowhere. She actually knows Jasmine personally. To me, this is such a selfless act of kindness, another type of behavior that Black women have that a lot of people overlook, because there are so many Black women who have negative attitudes, who are selfish, who would never give to someone of another race, let alone another woman. And for someone to be calling it some mammy type of shit was surprising to me as well, because it's just like, so if a Black woman does anything kind for another woman that isn't Black, it's not okay for that to be a thing. Like, that's basically what I'm seeing a lot of women who are complaining about this. That to me, that's their perspective. Like, because she's white, she doesn't deserve for a Black woman to do anything kind to her or for her. And my thing is, not every white person or non-Black person in this world is racist. Not every white person in this world hates Black people. Not every white person in this world has done something bad to a Black person. And when you look at other races of people and you automatically assume because they're not Black, they're going to not like a Black person, you are part of the problem as well. Dear Black woman, not everybody is trying to be your enemy. Some people genuinely love your personality, love who you are, love being around you, would do anything for you. But you won't know that if you don't step out of the four corners of your own mind or the hood that you live in. I live in a predominantly non-Black area. I barely see Black people. When I see another Black person, we look at each other like, oh my God, I can't believe that you're here. It's that serious here in NorCal. It's like, when I see a Black person and a Black person sees me, we're like, oh my God. Like, I haven't seen a Black person for miles. You understand what I'm saying? It was more racism in Georgia, where I lived, than it is in California. California is like its own country. Like, the way that people do things here is very different. And if racism is a thing here, it's very subtle, because it's like all kinds of promotions and like signs everywhere that says flat out, we do not appreciate racism here. Californians do not like racism, at least not in Northern California. It's way too many foreigners here. It's way too many people from other countries that live here. Tell me what you think about this story. Do you think that this woman is being exploited, Jasmine? Do you think Jasmine is being exploited? Do you think that this is some mammy type of behavior? You let me know in the comment section below, okay?